A massive shift is happening inside the NFC West, and our path to a repeat Super Bowl title just got significantly harder. Go Hawks! This earth-shattering move could change everything for our championship aspirations this coming season, leaving every single fan wondering how our front office will respond. Special shout out to Jason from Seattle for always supporting the channel and keeping the conversation going. There is an absolute urgency to understand the landscape of our division right now, so let's dive into why this development is shaking the entire league and what it truly means for our future success. That decision revolves around a move that has sent shockwaves through the entire National Football League this morning. The Los Angeles Rams are finalizing a massive blockbuster trade to acquire two-time Defensive Player of the Year Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns. In exchange for the dominant pass rusher, the Rams are shipping away Jared Verse, a 2027 first-round pick, a 2028 second-round pick, and a 2029 third-round pick to Cleveland. This is an absolute earthquake for our division. Myles Garrett is coming off a historic 2025 campaign where he set the NFL's single-season sack record with 23 takedowns. For a Seahawks team aiming to become only the third repeat Super Bowl champion of the century, facing a defensive monster like this twice a year is a nightmare scenario. The Rams were already our toughest obstacle during our championship run last season, pushing us to the brink in 2 regular season classics and nearly ending our season in that heart-stopping 31-27 NFC championship battle. By adding the league's premier pass rusher to a roster that already acquired all-pro cornerback Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson, the Rams are clearly going all in on stopping our offense. This isn't just another trade, it is a direct challenge to the throne we currently occupy. The level of competition in the NFC West has reached a boiling point that will test every aspect of our coaching staff's preparation and our players' resolve. We are looking at a complete transformation of the power balance within our division, forcing us to ask if our current strategy is enough to withstand this aggressive onslaught. The Rams have signaled they are tired of coming in second, and they are using their draft capital to construct a juggernaut specifically designed to take down our squad this season. This news is not just about the stats, though they are staggering. It is about the cold, hard reality of the arms race currently unfolding in our division. Myles Garrett has been the gold standard of defensive disruption for nearly a decade, piling up 125.5 sacks and maintaining a level of consistency that is truly rare in today's game. With 14 or more sacks in each of the last 5 seasons, he is a force that commands double teams on every single snap. When you realize he has 17.5 more sacks than the next closest player in the league over the last 5 years, you understand exactly why the Rams felt compelled to mortgage their future draft picks. The core concern for us is how this impacts our offensive protection. We know our offensive line has worked tirelessly to build cohesion, but handling Garrett is a different beast entirely. Every game against the Rams just became a high-stakes chess match where the margin for error has effectively vanished. Why does this matter? Because the path to a repeat is already incredibly narrow, and adding a generational talent to our biggest rival makes that road exponentially more difficult. Our championship defense was built on discipline and talent retention, but now we must prove we can handle an opponent that is essentially built to exploit any minor weakness we might have. The pressure is shifting from the front office to the field, as our players know they aren't just playing for wins anymore. They are playing to prove that a collection of chemistry and hard work can still beat a roster stacked with aggressive, big-money acquisitions. If we want to keep the Lombardi Trophy in Seattle, we have to find a way to neutralize this new threat immediately. The narrative that we were still the clear top dogs in the NFC West just took a massive hit today. Before this trade, many analysts looked at our roster stability, returning 14 of our top 15 offensive starters and a massive chunk of our defensive core as the ultimate advantage. We had the chemistry, the experience, and the confidence of a team that had already climbed the mountain. However, the Rams are choosing to gamble on immediate impact rather than long-term depth. This is a classic all-in strategy, and it forces us to reevaluate our own position as the leaders of the pack. When you look at the landscape of the conference, you see teams like the Rams looking at our success and realizing that they have to be absolutely perfect to beat us. By adding Garrett, they are banking on the idea that they can force mistakes, create turnovers, and dictate the flow of the game through pure defensive pressure. For our coaching staff, this means the game plan for both of our matchups against the Rams has completely changed overnight. We can no longer rely on the same schemes that worked last year. We need to innovate, we need to adapt, and we need to be faster in our decision making. The reality is that the Rams aren't just trying to compete, they are trying to dictate the pace of the division. This makes our upcoming training camp and preseason preparation even more critical than before. Every rep matters, and every player on our roster understands that they now have a target on their back. The pressure to repeat is immense, and this trade is the ultimate test of our resilience. Can we remain the hunted, or will this aggressive move from Los Angeles force us to change our identity? We have to talk about the deeper implications of this trade for our Super Bowl dreams. If you look at the history of the NFL, the teams that successfully repeat are the ones that can withstand adversity and evolve when the game plan of their rivals changes. This move by the Rams is a direct attempt to destabilize our offense and force us out of our comfort zone. If we cannot protect our quarterback or establish the run against a front that now features the best pass rusher in the game, our chances of repeating drop significantly. This isn't just about one game, it is about the mental edge in the division. The Rams are essentially saying they are willing to sacrifice years of draft stability for a 2-year window of dominance aimed directly at us. It is a bold move, and it demands an equally bold reaction from our team. We have the leadership, we have the culture, and we have the talent to win, but now we must demonstrate the tactical flexibility to handle elite opposition. The Rams are essentially forcing us to be perfect. If we slip up, if we get complacent, or if we underestimate their new look front seven, we are handing them the keys to the NFC West. The fan base has every right to be concerned, but also every reason to be excited because this rivalry is reaching a level of intensity we haven't seen in years. This is what football is all about. The best against the best in a high-stakes battle for dominance. The question isn't whether we can win, it's how we will respond when the lights are brightest and the pressure is at its absolute peak. We have to prove that our culture is stronger than their checkbook. As we look ahead to the season, the focus shifts entirely to how our coaching staff will adjust to this massive new reality. We have the depth and the chemistry, but the Rams just added the kind of game wrecker that can destroy a game plan before it even gets off the ground. This brings us to the biggest question for the upcoming months. How should our offensive line adjust their blocking schemes to keep our stars safe from this revamped Rams defense? We need to know what you think is the best strategy to contain Myles Garrett and the rest of that formidable front. Do you think our current personnel is enough to hold them off? Or do you believe we need to make an equally aggressive move in the free agent or trade market to keep up? Please drop your thoughts in the comments section below. I read every single one of them, and I want to hear your perspective on this rivalry drama. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're ready for the season to start, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any updates as this situation unfolds. The challenge has been laid out, the stakes have been raised, and now it is time for us to show the rest of the league why we are the team to beat in 2026. This season is going to be an absolute grind, and we need every single fan locked in as we defend our title and prove that the road to the Super Bowl still runs through Seattle. Let's get to work, let's stay focused, and let's get ready for a legendary season. Go Hawks!